Start with question one. I'll give you all a minute. Okay, so for question one, there's 42 in total. And we're told that there's 9 seniors. So what is the probability of selecting a senior if a member of the choir is chosen at random? So in that case, it'd be 9 over 42, which is answer choice B. Okay, question two. Okay, so for question two, an object is kicked from a platform. The equation h equals negative 4.9 t squared plus 15t plus 5 represents the duration. H is the height of the object above the ground, t seconds after it's kicked. Which number represents the height in meters of the platform? So in that case, this is the height after t seconds after it is kicked. So in this case, that's this part. So that means the original height is the plus 5. So in this case, the height in meters of the platform is just 5, which is actually C. And t seconds after it's kicked, it changes by this other values. Okay, question three. Okay, so for question 3, m% of 300 is 150. What is m% of 180? Well, in this case, 150 is half of 300, so 50% of 300 is 150, so m is 50%. And then what is m% of 180? So 50% of 180. So 50% times 180 is just half of 180, which would just be 90. So correct answer is B. Okay, question 4. So for question 4, expression is equivalent to 2x to the fifth times, in parentheses, x to the third plus 5x. In this case, this would just be 2x to the, you add the exponents in this case, so 5 plus 3 is 8. So 2x to the 8th plus 5 times 2 is 10. This is basically x to the first, so 5 plus 1 is 6. So 2x to the 8th plus 10x to the 6th. And in case answer choice C. Okay, question 5. So for question 5, we have if 4x plus 16 is 24, what is the value of 2x plus 8? Well, in this case, we don't even have to solve for x because 2x plus 8 is just half of 4x plus 16. So if you just simplify 4x plus 16, you can get 2 times 2x plus 8 equals 24. In this case, 2x plus 8 we have from this equation and this equation. So in this case, we just divide both sides by 2 to get 2x plus 8 is equal to 12. And choice B. Okay, question 6. Okay, so for question 6, which equation represents the relationship between x and y? In this case, the intercept is at positive 10, so not B, not D. And then for the slope, well, in this case, we have 2 points. In this case, when x increases by 20, y increases by 10. So in that case, it's just 10 over 20, which is 1 over 2. This is slope. So 1 over 2x. So in that case, that would just be answer C. 1 over 2x plus 10. Okay, question 7. Okay, so for question 7, um, you have a point like here. Basically, we just has to find the slope and intercepts. So basically just the equation of the line. So if we have this point here and we have a point at 0, 0, um, in that case, y increases by 100 when x increases by 20, which is 5x. So what is the equation of the line of best fit? Should be about 5x. In this case, 0.2x would be way too small. 4.9x is pretty close. 0.2 plus x, in this case, the slope would just be 1, so no. And this one also has the same problem, so answer is B, 4.9x. Okay, question 8. Okay, so for question 8, what is the best interpretation of the statement T of 22 is approximately equal to 266? Well, in this case, we're told the solution is formed by adding m grams of proliferating glycol. So in that case, T of 22 means 22 grams of said object or substance, and then is approximately equal to 266. So let's 266 equal. Well, for the solution, the freezing point is modeled by the function. So in this case, um, we have 266 um, Kelvin is the freezing point. So which answer choice matches that? Well, in this case, 22 grams of glycol and estimated freezing point to 26 Kelvin. So the correct answer is A. This is 266. So no. This is decreased by 266 Kelvin. No, this just gives us the freezing point on already. And then this is 266, so no. So the correct answer is A. Okay, question 9. Okay, so for question 9, the scatter plot shows performance index and score. How many chains have a performance index greater than 4? Well, in this case, we have 4 here. And we're told how many are greater than this line. That would just be this one. That's 1. So answer is D. Okay, question 10. Okay, so question 10. If each side on a larger square is 3 times as long as each side on a smaller square, has the perimeter of a larger square compared to that of a smaller square? So perimeter is just 2L plus 2W, or simplifying that, it would just be 2L plus W. And then each side of a larger square is 3 times as long as each side of a smaller square. So we have 2 times 3 times length plus width. So in that case, how does the perimeter of the larger square compare? Well, it's just you're multiplying the original equation by 3, so it'd just be 3 times as long. It's just A. If it asks for area, it would just be 3 times 3, which would just be 9. But in this case, since it's perimeter, it's just 3 times as long. Okay, question 11. Okay, so for question 11. What is the range of heights of the sample of the 10 llamas? In this case, the lowest value is at 60, and the highest value is at 76. So 76 and 60. In that case, the range is just 76 minus 60, which is just 16 inches. So answer is A. Okay, question 12. Okay, so for question 12, what is the equation for the line of best fit shown? Well, in this case, we don't actually start at the y-intercept. We start at 58. So we do need to backtrack to x is 0 to find the intercepts. In that case, but first we have to find the slope. So let's just use these 2 points because they're probably pretty easy to work with. In that case, we have 6,200 all up to 7,350. So that's 150 increase in y, and x increases by 10. So that's about 15x. So in that case, B is 706x, which can't be right, and C is negative 706x, which can't be right. So the exact slope would be 15.3. In this case, this is minus 15.3, which can't be right since the slope is positive, so we know that the answer has to be A. And someone asked, was A the answer to question 11? Yes. Okay. Question 13. Okay, so question 13. Mean is 5.1 and margin of error is 0.2. So 5.1 minus 0.2 would be 4.9, and 5.1 plus 0.2 would be 5.3. So any value between 4.9 and 5.3 is a plausible value for the mean of the populations. In this case, 4.7 is not, 4.8 is not, 5.2 is, and 5.5 is not. So correct answer is C. Okay, question 14. Okay, so question 14. Um, Given the equation of 1 half x plus 8, and we're given an initial height of 24. So in that case, x is just 24. So we have half of 24 plus 8 for the bounce height. That's just 12 plus 8, which is just 20. So the correct answer is C. Okay, question 15. Okay, so for question 15. If the maximum height the ball reaches after bouncing once is also S feet, what is the value of x? So in this case, the bounce equation would just be x is equal to 1 half x plus 8. So because you want the bounce height, which is this equation, to be same as the original height, which is x, so that's why you get this equation. In this case, we're just asked to find x, so subtract 1 half x from both sides, you get 1 half x equals 8, multiply both sides, and you get x is equal to 16, which is answer choice D. Okay, question 16. Okay, so question 16. We have 589 million metric tons, and we're asked to convert into slugs of hydrogen, where in millions, so we don't have to worry about the millions part. And we're told the conversion factor is 1 metric ton is 68.52 slugs. So in this case, we just take 589 and multiply by 68.52. This is approximately 40,000. So the correct answer is D. Okay, question 17. Okay, so for question 17. Um, we have number of photofleckin doubled each day. So in this case, we just have 2 to the power of x, where x is the number of days. So on the first day it doubles, on the second day it's 4 times, on the third day it's 8 times. So yeah, that means it doubles every day. And then we just need to multiply that by the initial, which is 300. So in this case, we just have 300 times 2 to the power of x, or answer is D. Okay, question 18. Okay, so for question 18, we have a ratio of 1 to 12. So in this case, which expression represents the number of adults? So X's ratio of children to adults is 1 to 12. So in that case, we just take children and multiply by 12. So we have 12x. So 12x, same thing, which gets us the number of adults at the restaurant. So it's just B. So if we had two children, we would have 24 adults. Okay, question 19. Okay, so for question 19, what is the range of total interest earned in an 18-month term? So basically this part right here. So we need to find the range of these four values. In this case, the highest value is this one, 60.91, and the lowest is 19.6. So we take 60.91 and subtract 19.6 from it. That gets us 41.31. In that case, the correct answer should be answer C. And it should be time now, so